Hey, Shalom, welcome to Rakam Akpash from Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bah Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bah Hashem Chachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom met there to the Hope World X, pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. Today, latest in the news, we got this global outage, okay, going across the the globe right now. And I just wanted to make a video, basically saying this, man. This could all, everything could change at a flip of the switch, right? These elites, right, who most sides controlling on the left hand side, man. Okay, are just doing, these trials and test runs and see, what effect, the tampering will do in the earth, and how, how it affects people and how they're gonna react, right? These could pull the plug on this whole system at any moment, and everything could change tomorrow, today, if it was time, and it will happen all of a sudden. Okay, this world will crash and descend into chaos all of a sudden, right? Yesterday was fine, right? But then today there's all these problems because of a supposed computer update concerning Microsoft. And this is the thing, Esau has been positioning himself to really monopolize, all these different technologies. Brothers have gone into it in the past, at camp and stuff like that. We were speaking about it not so long ago at camp, about how these schools, when they was getting all these computers in it, they all had to be Microsoft, and and use all these operating softwares that they own, the majority of that, of that industry, right? Most people are using their software because, like I said, it's basically they're being backed to be used, right? But it's what it's doing is funneling, all these things into these large corporations. There's only a handful of corporations that run everything on this planet. All right, so when they want to cause a big upset like this, they've only got to do one thing. They ain't got to go to all these different providers and different companies and do this and do that to them. No, it's all kind of under one roof. Everything's kind of be centralized, so it's not all that complicated. Okay, they say fucking around with with Microsoft computers, everybody's fucking on the system, right? So just fucking with one fucks with the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? That everybody, everyone else is using, man. Since the whole system is built off these off these infrastructures, man. Like I said, Esau's been working at just consolidating all these different things, into one place, kind of. So it's easy to crash all at once. Okay, like I said, the day is coming. We don't know when, but we will expect it can happen at any moment. Right, and today's just like, kind of like an example of that. Things can go terribly wrong from one moment to the next. Right? It don't have to be drawn out. And like I said, it's affecting banks, it's affecting hospitals, affecting railway companies. Let's police, right? Let's open one of these. All right, it says travel, banking, and businesses hit after software bug causes worldwide IT chaos. Worldwide IT chaos just because one fucking update to one company and their network. But like I said, majority of people are running on fucking Microsoft, man. But there's other options, but they're not pushed, right? They're not owned by the corporate elite like that, right? They're not the major players. All right, this is a summary. It says major IT outages have hit industries across the world. Almost 1,400 flights are cancelled and banking, healthcare, and shops affected. Cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike says a defect in one of its software updates hit Windows operating systems. A fix has been deployed, the company says, but admits it could be some time before systems are fully back up and running. The majority of GP surgeries in England are experiencing issues, the NHS says, with trains, shops, and pharmacies in the UK also hit. Right, it says, how could CrowdStrike's update do so much damage? There are suggestions from the wording of the CrowdStrike CEO that this dodgy overnight update was supposed to be small. A content update is how it was described. So it wasn't a major refresh of the cybersecurity software. It could have been something as innocuous as the changing of a font or logo on the software design. That would potentially explain why the software wasn't as rigorously checked in the same way a major update would have been, and how it sailed through to all computers without being blocked. But it also poses huge questions to the cybersecurity company. How could a small update do so much damage? All right. Okay, people are gonna be people might not get paid, right? On payroll, right? So yeah, some people ain't gonna get paid and shit. That's that important. Problems at the airports. This is more than 1,300 flights have been cancelled and many others delayed. Sky News spent most of the morning off air as broadcasters also faced issues with Australia's ABC unable to function properly for 6 hours. So some news companies can't, do their thing. Right? So it doesn't have to take much, man. Look how small and irrelevant this, really was, and all the problems it's caused. You don't have to take much to shut down everything. Here this is CrowdStrike boss apologies for airport chaos on busiest day of the year. That's funny too, right? So they always pick these certain times to do shit. But yeah, so like I said, man, it don't take much. And this is why we live life on the edge. That at any moment anything could change, man. That's why we hasten the day, because things can happen at any time, innit? And that's the way we are, man. Things can be very different tomorrow. And like I said, in the scripture, it tells you it's all going to happen all of a sudden. So we've got to be prepared for that. All right. Got some scriptures here. It's going to bring them out, right? So this is from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. Actually, I want to jump up. Verse 1 says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For you yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." All right, the Lord's going to come when no one is expecting it, man. Where everything seems like it's running okay, things are fine. That's when it's going to happen. And although we know certain prophecies are going to come to pass, okay, we know this, right? But that doesn't mean, the MOTB can't be dropped like tomorrow. Something happens today, and by tomorrow, these men are introducing the MOTB. It's purely possible. Purely possible. Unlikely, but it's possible. But the law can have it that way. Let's say today doesn't get sorted, right? And tomorrow is worse, right? And more places is affected. More banks, more people's bank accounts was, destroyed or whatever, right? And chaos hits the streets. It wouldn't take long before they want to start trying to implement all this MOTB business, right? They'd have a reason and excuse, right, in order to do these things. If they used, the pandemic affected, logistics, transport of goods and stuff like that, this could work in the same fashion. Like I said, the airplanes can't get up in the air with the computer software and shit. So, there's a whole bunch of shit that runs off these different systems that you sort controls and operates, and all you have to do is throw a bug in the system and the shit don't fucking work. And then we got fucking pandemonium, chaos. And like I said, it don't have to be long before Esau, starts trying to roll out the MOTB. So it can happen, right? Verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, right? So the Lord's going to come where you feel like everything's calm, everything's all right. Everyone's just doing what they're doing. Next thing they're doing a whole bag of shit. All right. So when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief, right? Because we're vigilant, we're keeping watch. Okay, we're prepared mentally, spiritually, right, to do what we need to do in that time. Okay, because we're expecting the fall of this kingdom. All right, so therefore let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. It's like, I think I missed a verse there. Verse 5, ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet, the hope of salvation. Right? For God hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also you do. Right? So this is what we do between us, man. But for the rest of the world, man, look, man, the time of the end is coming for you guys, man. The end of this kingdom is coming. Okay, we don't fear it. It's you guys that fear that. The end of your world. You fear that. We don't. All right, so we comfort each other with these words. Okay, we know that the Lord is going to come in and establish his kingdom, and that's what we want. So for all that to happen, this one needs to go down. All right, so we comfort each other with these words, knowing what it means. All right, you people are not prepared for your kingdom to go down, for this kingdom to go down, This is Isaiah 47, verse 11. So therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. It's gonna come as a shock. So you didn't believe it could happen, And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Right, all the way up until when the missiles hit America, all these things that are gonna occur, you didn't think was gonna happen. You didn't think things were gonna work out this way, man. You thought people were too crazy to use nukes in real war. Well, this is gonna happen. The Most High is gonna make sure it does. Right, you people don't think you'll be experiencing famine and all these kinds of things, martial law, because that was a joke back then, right? Yeah, you people wouldn't be getting you don't expect none of these things, that are gonna happen to happen, right? And you're just gonna be on a whole fucking long ass roller coaster full of shock, that you're in this predicament. All right. They shall not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Right, that's how it's all going to occur, man. The unexpected is going to happen. This is Matthew 24, verse 37. And we jump up. This is verse 35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Everything's going to come to pass that's written in these scriptures, man. But the day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Right. So because we don't know the time, we have to be prepared all the time. You know what I'm saying? We don't know exactly when it is, and because the Most High can just drop it like that, right? We got to be prepared. Like I said, we're prepared because we're eager to have this kingdom be ended. These people out here not on that mindset. They want this kingdom to continue, so they're happy to fall into a false sense of security when things is going all right. With the hope that things are just going to continue as they are. Right? We don't want that. Right? So we're prepared for any moment that some shit like this could happen, could end everything. Could send this down into chaos and into destruction. Verse 37, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Right? So it happened all of a sudden to those guys. Right? 1 minute they were partying and fooling around and drinking and shit. Right? And next thing you know, they were drowning. You know, and so the same day, it was like it was fucked up for them. Okay, they didn't think that that was how the night was gonna end. You know what I'm saying? You know, but that's how it ended for them. It came upon them all of a sudden, right? And these are just examples that it could happen like that. You know, I say most likely this is not, you know, the elites going all in right now. They're just, you know, testing the waters or whatever. But, you know, let's say it don't get better tomorrow. Fuck knows, right? It could well be. Who knows? But, you know, it can happen. Is the point. And it may well be that. We'll just have to wait and see, right? So this is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14. So the great day of the Lord is near. It is near. Right? And that's all we can tell you, man. It is near. Because of the signs through the prophecies that things are near. The end is near. Right? And so if you know this, man, you gotta fucking pay attention, man. You need to be awake. Your eyes gotta be fucking open. Yeah, you gotta be circumspect. Yeah, you gotta be ready. Right? For any moment, man, the Most High might just decide to pull the plug on this place, man. Because Most High knows what time. We just don't know. It's not that the Most High is making impulsive reactions. He ain't. Everything's down to his plan. But for us, we just in the dark about it. The Most High might just decide to pull that plug that one day, and that's it. It's, you know, that's it. Downward spiral, straight drop. You know, for this kingdom, man. All right. This is verse 14 again. So the great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and hasteneth. Say it, hasteth greatly. Okay, things is speeding up, right? Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. Right? That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble. All these things are problems, right? And like I said, it's going to end with great violence. It says thus with great violence, Babylon should be, thrown down, or should be cast down, something like that, right? This world, this kingdom is going to go out with great violence, man. You know, he's going to send people into madness. You know, the day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Right? So it's just gonna, like I said, it's gonna get real extreme. Right? It's gonna go from one extreme to the other. You know, ending with America's destruction by nuclear, weapons, man, nuclear missiles. It's gonna get there, man. It's gonna go all the way there. All right. So a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, against the high towers. I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in that day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, in case we met the land of America. He shall make it even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Right? Save the elect. Right? Let's see. It's Isaiah 19 and 2. Yeah. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. Actually. Alright, yeah, let's carry on. Right, so, yeah, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Right, so like I said, when this system crashes, right, and nothing ain't working no more, and you ain't got the means to buy food and, you know, all these different things, right? These people are just going to turn on each other, right? Like I said, it's going to descend into chaos, from one extreme to the other. You know, verse 3: and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that are familiar spirits and to the wizards. Right? So everything's going to fail in this place, right? And I'll jump down to verse 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work. Right? It's just gonna stop functioning, man. Right? Every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt. Right? People ain't gonna be going to work no more. Okay, these places are already shutting down. People are losing their jobs. Right? Like I said, things are already tense among the people. Okay, things are just failing. Okay, fracturing, breaking apart. Right, just like the statue in Daniel, man. Okay, the toes part of iron and part of miry clay. Things are just fractured and breaking apart. Okay, it's falling. You know. This is says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. All right, because the Lord is bringing judgment and terror upon America and upon the whole world, man. You know. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men. Right? So there's going to be sedition. There'll be infighting, man. Like we read earlier, brother fighting against brother, friend against friend. You know? All these different fucking political sides, you know? They're going to be at each other's throats. You know, we just see, you know, Trump's attempted assassination or whatever, you know, whether it's staged or not staged, right? It's causing strong emotions, right? And the two sides, the Democrats and Republicans, America's fucked, man. You know, these people are at enmity with each other, right? Most side got them fighting one another, man. A house divided cannot stand, right? So evidently, America's on its way out, right? But everyone is just being hard-headed. You know, America's on its way out, man. Everything's about to fail in that place, right? And across the world, right? So therefore, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, right? They're not going to listen to the authorities, the people in power, okay, your politicians and you know your polices and, you know, judges and that kind of stuff. They're not going to hear none of them, right? It says, and the cause of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So this is what's going to happen when society fails, man, collapses. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Great tribulation was coming. And this is how people are going to behave in that time. Right? And like I said, it can stem from something like this, man. What's going on right now? You know? It can stem from things like this quite easily. You know? All right, last scripture, which is, where is it? Right, we'll close out with this. It's 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment, right? That comes, towards the end, that comes quick. Things happen quick. She in constant pain, man. The contractions are coming quicker and quicker. Yeah, and the pain's getting worse and worse. You know? It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. Right? This is your trial, man. Your test. In that time, we're gonna be tested. Right? We've got to prepare for our trial, prepare for our, you know, the challenges that we're gonna face, the adversity that we're gonna face, the temptation we're gonna have to face. You know, our faith is gonna be tested in that time. Right? That's our battle. Right? And in those evils being even as pilgrims upon the earth. A pilgrim has no certain dwelling place. Right? He's on the move, man, going from place to place. Right? He's on the move. Right? And so that's how we're minded, man. This is what's in our mind when these things go down. Okay, not the fear of the world ending. Our focus is on the new world beginning, Yahweh Shai's kingdom. Okay, and this is just a necessary path to get there. Yeah, and we got to do whatever it is we got to do through the Spirit in order to you know, survive and be delivered. Okay, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Right, but that is our mindset, man. And like I said, it can happen overnight. All right, so that's why we hasten the day, man. You know, and we are hopeful. Okay, that these things get wrapped up quick. Okay, we're looking for things to get wrapped up quick. Okay, we don't want to be in this place any longer. But it's all in the Most High's time. We just have to be, on the watch, on the lookout, be observant to the things that are going on and where it could lead. Because when it happens, it's gonna happen quick. All right, the world is gonna change dramatically overnight, and you ain't gonna recognize it, man. All right, but I'm gonna end it there. The witness has been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So till next time, I say shalom.